Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we got a video that we're going to show you 3 ways that you can attack the typical house shot. Alright guys, so the typical house shot doesn't have like a specific way that you have to bowl on it. So there is many entry angles, many different ways that you can attack this pattern, and also it's going to change from house to house. So today we're just going to show you 3 different ways that you can attack him, and you can pick the best one that can suit your game or your house shot. Alright guys, so the first tip that we're going to show you here is staying closer to the friction. So in a typical house shot, all the friction that you're going to find is going to be closer to the gutters. So the first technique or first tip that you can attack the pattern is staying in that area. So in order to bowl effectively in that area, you most likely gonna need like a lower rep rate, or you're gonna need to use a lot of ball speed. One of the advantages of bowling in the gutter using all the friction is gonna be that you simply just gonna have to aim and shoot. You don't have to worry about like giving it some angle. You don't have to worry about like having to finish your release, because most of the time what you need is higher ball speed and a lower rep rate. But of course we know that the lanes transition. So usually when you're playing in that part of the lane, you're gonna see transition way faster than you were playing in the middle part of the lane, just because there is gonna be less oil and you're gonna see your ball start hooking early sooner. So the best ways to adjust to that is simply by keeping your speed up, also by making ball change. You can make a ball change, stay in the same part of the lane without having to worry about moving towards the middle, and it's going to be a great way that you can maximize your scores without doing crazy adjustments. Also, that you start playing towards the gutter doesn't mean you have to stay there the whole night. So as we know, lanes transition, and by maybe the half of the second game or by the third game, you see that it's really hard to get that ball through the friction. So it's no problem at all in trying to move towards the middle part of the lane and use the other tips that we're gonna give you today. Alright guys, so when bowling closer to the friction, there is 2 things that I wanna focus on. I wanna make sure that I keep my speed up, and also I don't wanna get all my hand on it. I don't wanna put as much reps, because again, I'm throwing into the friction, so I don't want my ball to be as responsive as if I was bowling more closer to the middle part of the lane. So again, I'm just gonna focus on keeping my speed up and not hitting my ball too much. Alright guys, so the second way that we're gonna attack our house shot is by playing on the track. So the track is the area where most bowlers, either they hooking it or not hooking it, is where the most traffic the lane's gonna see. So by natural reason, there is gonna be friction there. So if you use that into your advantage, you're gonna be able to get that free hook no matter the pattern. So playing the track is one of the most common parts of the lane to play, because it's gonna give you the most room for error. So because you get all the hold in the middle part of the lane where all the oil is gonna be, but also you get the friction towards the right. So if you're consistent, if you have enough rep rate, you're gonna be able to take advantage of the hold in the middle and the hook to the right. So if you miss to the right, it might come back and give you a nice recovery to the pocket. And if you missed in, it might just hold enough so you can also hit the pocket. So that's why it's one of the most common parts of the lane where most bowlers play. Alright guys, so when playing on the track, I simply just want to focus on using my strengths of my game. I don't want to overthrow it as if I was playing on the friction, but also I don't want to throw it too slow. I just want to go with my normal release, my normal speed, and just the way I feel more comfortable throwing the bowling ball. Alright guys, so the third way to attack a house shot is simply by playing where all the oil is gonna be. So that's gonna be more towards the middle part of the lane. So for this, you're gonna need to have a higher rep rate, and also you're gonna need like a stronger equipment, because you're gonna be where the most of the oil is gonna be. So you need a ball that reads through that oil and helps you to get a nice recovery in the transition. Because also if you use like a shiny ball, you might be able to get it to the friction, but now it's going to be too unpredictable to control. So one of the advantages of playing that deep inside is that there is not going to be as much traffic. Most of the people are going to be playing in the track or closer to the gutter. So if you are able to make it work by yourself, you're going to be able to stay in the same zone for longer. So one of the downsides of playing deeper inside is that there is not going to be much room for error. So you're going to rely much more on shot making. You're going to have to be more precise, because if you, by example, you miss in, you won't have enough push because you're already in the oil. And also you're going to rely much on the friction. You're going to need to be throwing it to the friction, and the room of error might be less than if you're playing in the track area. Alright guys, so if I decided to play deeper inside, I just want to focus on several things. I want to keep my speed down, and also I want to keep my reps the most if I can do it. Like, I don't want to be trying not to hook the ball, because I'm going to be playing where the oil is, so I need all the help I can get. And also very important is keeping my speed down so it can get through the oil and help me to get the ball to the friction which we needed. Even though we're playing in the oil, we all want to get that ball to the friction. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Please let us know in the comments what you think, what other videos you'd like to see on the channels. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.